Jeremy Craig. I am the principal of Hawthorn Elementary in South Jordan, Utah.
And what do you think are the best qualities of Hawthorn Academy in South Jordan?
I've been here for 7 years. There's been kind of a couple of different periods of change and growth at Hawthorn Academy. One of the things I think that's stayed constant is our desire and focus on individualized education for our students. We're not perfect at it, no school is, but honestly, I think that it's something that sets us apart from other schools where we take an active role in the personal lives and the support of our students, not just academically, but whole child. If there's a bad day, that we're checking in with them. That's something that's a really big focus for me as an administrator. If they're struggling with academics, or they're struggling with making friends, that our staff, our faculty is available and helping support them to be more engaged and feel more comfortable at our school.
What do you think the kids like most about your school?
So one of the changes that we had just this year is an adoption of a house system that's based on Ron Clark Academy in Jordan. So we organize all of our students into 4 houses at this campus. At our other sister school, there are 8 houses. But it allows students to have a ready-made system of support that is student-focused, student-centered, and as much student-run as we can have in an elementary school. But really, what we've kind of envisioned and tried to put into practice is, if we have a new student that's coming to Hawthorn Academy, we have a house wheel that they spin, kind of like the Harry Potter sorting hat, that puts them into their house. There are multiple students and faculty that watch as the student spins the wheel, and once the wheel settles on whichever house that student goes to, that group of students in that house circle the student, cheer them on, and welcome them into the house. So the idea is that even though it might be a little bit nervous coming to a new school, they might not know anybody here, that once they have their house identity, that they'll be able to have something to look at as a system of support from day one at Hawthorn Academy.
Super cool. It's really fun. What do parents like most about your school?
Parents, I think, really gravitate towards communication in our classrooms and with our faculty, and especially with our administration and our teachers. Making sure that we are available as much as we possibly can to respond to any level of communication that parents might have. We're a school of choice. What that means is that we have parents that have taken an active step in removing their students from a neighborhood school to place them in our charter school. I think that requires, and it's expected, that we have a higher level of engagement with our parents and our families. One of our big focuses this year with my staff is making sure that we are not just regularly communicating with our parents, but building strong relationships. We're all on the same page, or all on the same team, as far as what our focus is to help support and instruct students as they're here. Making sure that we understand the parents' needs, and that the parents have an avenue or a conduit of communication to where they can reach out to us, and we'll respond and support what their needs are. I think is something that sets us apart for parents.
Yeah, for sure. What surprised you most about being a principal? What do you do that you didn't think you would do?
Oh gosh. So I started my career as an educator. I was a language arts teacher for middle school and high school, and I thought that was what I wanted to do for the rest of my career, as long as I could do it. I was surprised when I got into administration by just how much day-to-day responsibilities, activities are not associated with education. I think that's really like the big portion is, I'm an educator by training, but now in this position, it's business administration. It's a little bit of CPA work. It's a little bit of understanding the laws and making sure that building maintenance is supported. So it's a lot of other avenues of responsibility that I understood peripherally, but it was something that hit me pretty hard moving forward with my career in administration. I love it because it allows me to do things that are a little bit different, and I have some interests that are outside of education, and so I've been able to utilize some of those talents and skills. But it was not expected that a large percentage of my time would not be devoted to education specifically.
Yeah, yeah. It's safe to say it's a very hands-on experience.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
What changes would you like to see at your school?
We're kind of, like I said before, we're kind of transitioning. We have a new director who's this is his second year with us, and so we're trying to modernize our experience for students at Hawthorn Academy. And what I mean by that is that our student demographic has changed in the 15 years that Hawthorn Academy has been around. Our needs, our student needs, our family needs are very different in a lot of ways. So I think one of the changes that we're working through, but it's an ongoing process, is making sure that we're not falling into the traditions and standards of practice that have worked well in the past that may not work as effectively as they could. So really that's kind of the big change. It's an ongoing change. I think it's probably going to be something that we work with for the rest of my tenure here at Hawthorn Academy. But yeah, I think that's the biggest one that I've got.
What changes do you want to see to the education system overall?
I've talked to a lot of people about education and where we need to move as a community, as a nation. I think what it boils down to, and a lot of the advice that I've gotten from others, ties in with adding more educators involved in the political process. That if we're making decisions on a legislative level or a governmental level or anything, that we're not only consulting educators, but also utilizing the experiences of those educators in decision-making abilities, that it's educators that have a greater say in making those decisions, not just do you have any comments or responses as to what our initiatives are moving forward. That it's educators taking a more active role in that legislative process.
I know a girl.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, different question entirely.
Sure.
Dish, what stereotypes are true about teachers?
True stereotypes of teachers. They take their work home with them no matter what. That they wear their emotions on their sleeves, that they love their students that they work with. They're always with them. They will work to the bone to accommodate the needs of their students, to the detriment sometimes of their own families. Those are kind of positives, kind of negatives. Every teacher that I've ever worked with, regardless of their skill level, and some are obviously more skilled teachers than others, but every teacher that I've worked with has had a singular focus in supporting their students. I think it's such a high stress job that if they didn't have that as their focus, that they'd be gone. They'd be doing something else. I know there's, and maybe this is opposite of your question, but there's a stereotype of you have teachers that are in education just to cut a paycheck and go hang out on the weekends and enjoy their summers. I have yet to see that in my own personal experiences with my colleagues as educators.
I would kind of like to see somebody make that work.
Yeah, that would be awesome. If they could figure that out, they'd uncrack a secret that we could all benefit from, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that would be it.
Okay, I didn't let you prep for this one.
That's okay.
What's something that most people don't know about you?
Oh, that's a good question. So in my position, as a principal, it requires a certain level of extrovertness that I think I can demonstrate and have as a teacher throughout my career. When I go home, I'm quiet, and I oftentimes I really just want to chill out and read a book or hang out on my phone or watch a movie with my kids or something. Um, it's maybe I come across as having more energy here than I probably do in my personal life. I think that's probably something. When I was a kid, I was involved in some really interesting extracurricular activities. I don't sing or dance in my adult life, but I was in show choir growing up. So yeah, some weird quirks about things that I experimented with or got interested in that probably would be surprising to some people.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you
Of course.
for your time. Thank you for meeting with me.
Yeah, no problem,
And
sir.
if people want to know more about your school or they are thinking about bringing kids here, what should they do?
Log on to our website, hawthornacademy.org, and we've got a lot of great information there. If you'd like to schedule a tour or anything along those lines, we have a person that you can contact, and their information is on the website as well. That's Haley Miranda, Miranda at hawthornacademy.org.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yay. See?